Movie notes on China's Terracotta Warriors 2011 film, 1 May 2025 viewing. Here I, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, talked through my movie notes for my Thursday 1 May 2025 viewing of the 2011 film China's Terracotta Warriors, which is a nonfiction film about a selection of individuals investigating terracotta warrior statues of ancient China in a variety of disciplines. So it's part of the PBS Secrets of the Dead series, which are kind of fun. And I hadn't actually really watched until I moved back in with my parents in 2019. And like people would talk about it because I was in science and I majored in science, minored in mathematics for my Bachelor of Science degree. And then in my first attempt of a PhD, and to date, currently, as of filming this, the only, my only PhD attempt, that was geophysics. And so, and they bring up physicists in here in a variety of science, different sciences that have investigated and / were investigating these warrior statues within different methods to kind of how to describe one statue and then the whole lot of statues. It needs deconstruction at different levels. And so one of the areas that kind of appealed to me is the materials science realm. And there's one guy in here, Nobumichi Tamura, who in here is a physicist and in real life was a beamline scientist in charge of beamline 12.3.2 Lowry micro diffraction at the Advanced Light Source at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, who was in charge of the beamline I used when I attended the University of California, Berkeley. So I actually know one of the people in this movie who's an investigator. Or new. And I was in watching this, and I am going to throw this into notes on autobiography / biography, because I think the him that is portrayed in here is consistent with his demeanor that I have experienced in real life. So it's something for me, food for thought in that. But he's for the method covered for him in here, he's an X-ray specialist. And it was in relation to China purple pigment / lacquer. It was in the lacquer segment, not lager, lacquer, kind of like ether, not either. Okay. And so they're studying the material specifics, we'll call it that, the material physics, but there's also people other than physicists who are working on it and understanding it. So the material specifics, and so they use X-rays to study this China purple, which there was also Egypt blue, and it says that, what was it, they're the two pigments that were entirely man-made before the birth of Jesus Christ. And I was like, so then the Virgin Mary reproduced asexually as a form of fighting back? Right? If men only can make that, then women can make humans without man, which she did. So in that chronology, and it gets into the kind of spiritual side of these warriors as well, and the concept of an afterlife, and then where in this case, since it's ancient China, an emperor might take his warriors with him in the afterlife. And so that might explain why the warriors had certain the statues had them adorning certain garments, or a certain lacquer might have been used, or their hair is stylized in a certain kind of way in these statues, is for meaning in this life and the next, so to speak. So those are my movie notes. I give 5 out of 5, and those are my movie notes on China's Terracotta Warriors 2011 film, 1 May 2025 viewing.